And directors, you just have to be okay with it. You just have to be happy she's going to a career conference, right? Like you just have, she might go to Dallas instead, but just be happy she wins. Stop trying to put her in a box, because freedom and choice people don't fit in boxes. They don't fit in boxes. All right, I just set someone free over here. She is right. She is right. She's like, this was worth it. Just this whole moment right here was worth sweating. There's no box, right? Okay, so the fourth one, safety and security. Safety and security. Okay. Safety and security people are very process-oriented. They like structure. In their world, 1 + 1 = 2 all the time. You ask a freedom and choice person, 1 + 1 can equal 11. You ask a power achievement person, 1 + 1 can equal 1,000, right? But for for safety and security, 1 + 1 always equals 2. There's an order to things. There's a process to things. Things have a purpose and they should fulfill their purpose, right? It's step 1, it's step 2, it's step 3. You don't go from 1 to 5, you go 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, okay? So the safety and security people, the challenge with them is they are reluctant to change sometimes. Change is a bad word. It's like a curse word to a safety and security person. They are slow to change or reluctant to change. And we live in a fast-changing world. And so the key is to make them whole again as quickly as you possibly can. We always hear from the safety and security people when we change something at Mary Kay Corporate, right? We introduce a new product. It's like, seriously? What does this product do? Why do we need this product? What order of application does this product go in? Does this replace the other product, or is it in addition to that product? Who else sells this product? Right? Like, they need to know all of the facts. Now I've got to go back and change my whole presentation because now we've got this product. And directors, they're the ones who you have to have the meeting after the meeting. You know what? Now, I have 35 questions that I need to ask you about this product. Right? They're the ones who have a lot of questions. And the key is to help them not be confused. See, your freedom and choice people rarely, almost never are confused. Your safety and security people can get confused pretty easily when something new is brought into the equation. Got it? An example of the safety and security national is Lisa Madsen. I named my gray hair Lisa Madsen. I was completely black until Lisa Madsen came into my life. I'm gray because of her and her alone. Oh my gosh! She freaks out over everything. She calls me like, fix my brain, fix my brain. I'm like, what you hear now? You know, like everything. And one time I was going to a meeting. I came back from a meeting. She had called, I was in a meeting. I was like, oh, sorry, it took so long for me to call you back. I was in a meeting about disaster recovery. Disaster recovery, what's that? It's like if the building was to blow up, like, where will we work? What will we be able to access? Every corporation has or should have a disaster recovery plan. Right? It's just normal. It's like insurance almost, you know? And she's like, is the building gonna blow up? What's gonna happen if the building? Will I still get my check if the building blows up? Yes, your check is not in the building, okay? Yes. We don't actually keep the cash in the building. There's these things called banks. But you're like, she went into freak out mode because, you know, it was like something was threatening in her mind her security. So, safety and security people, Lisa Madsen. You're in great company if you're a safety and security person. She's pretty successful as a number 4 national in our company. For $10 million flat she got this year. That's in commissions. Yeah. All right, last one. Fun and pleasure. Fun and pleasure. They're the life of the party. They are people magnets, they're energy givers, they love an audience. They love an audience. You hear about their parties, it's like, there were 35 people at my party on Saturday. It was 7 hours long. Right? They love to connect. Right? People love them because they're fun and funny. Right? We would love to be around those people. The challenge with the fun and pleasure people is that sometimes they forget about the business side of the business. They're all having all this fun, and then it's like there are rules. Like, ooh, that's a dirty word to a fun and pleasure person. Rules are joy kills, right? There's actually deadlines, finish lines, right? And then you, oops, missed the finish line, missed the deadline, forgot to turn in my deal. Oh, got to register on site, I never got that registration in. I know I have it here somewhere, right? So they love fun, they love people, people love them, and that's awesome, but they sometimes forget the business side of the business. And so directors, with your fun and pleasure people, you might match them up with a safety and security person, make sure it all gets done. Safety and security people, right, they need to be shaken and revived sometimes, and fun and pleasure people need some structure and some, yeah. If they don't kill each other, it could be really good. An example of a national who is fun and pleasure is Jan Thetford. Yeah, Natalie Prevette-Jones is another fun and pleasure national. So those are the 5 basic needs. Power and achievement, love and belonging, freedom and choice, safety and security, and fun and pleasure. So which one, in the 2 hours you know me now, which one do you think is my number 1 need? Number 5, fun and pleasure.
Freedom and choice.
Freedom and choice, love and belonging.
You already know the answer, that doesn't count.
Power and achievement. Some people think I made boxes and then I became the vice president. Power and achievement. Yeah. Okay, I'll tell you. No, when we have all of them, yes. My number 1 need is freedom and choice. Freedom and choice is my number 1 need. It's the driving force behind my success. I want to be as successful as I possibly can be for the freedom and the ability to choose, to create, to make it my own way, you know? I mean, becoming a boss was like, cool. I get to change everything. And they have to listen, it's awesome, right? So freedom and choice is my number 1 need. Now here's the deal. You're going to meet people throughout your journey in Mary Kay, and if you decide for them what their number 1 need is, you can be wrong. And then you could be leading someone down a path that's not the right path for them. So the key is not to guess what someone's number 1 need is. You teach them these 5 needs, and you ask them to tell you what their number 1 need is. Now here's the other piece you need to understand, is that sometimes people are not living according to their number 1 need. And they haven't been living according to their number 1 need for a long time. And so they actually think their number 1 need is something other than what the reality of their life right now. I mean, they actually think their number 1 need is something different than what it really is because of the reality of their life right now. So like when I lived in New Jersey, I was taking care of people left and right. My friends would need a place to live, guess what? They moved into my place. My mom, she needed to go grocery shopping every Thursday at 6 p.m. I would go over to my parents' house, we would go grocery shopping, I would spend that hour and a half with her, and like, it was like, I loved spending time with my mother, but it was like a routine. I felt locked in. Right? Freedom of choice, you understand, locked in. And that's, you don't like to live in a locked in world. My friend one time, I co-signed for a car loan on I know, crazy. Crazy, right? And so when I moved to Dallas, it was like, there's no one here. I don't know anyone. And I really started living according to my number one need. I didn't know what it was called at the time, but I knew life was easier and, in my opinion, better in Dallas because I didn't have all of these other people to take care of and things that I had to do. I was able to design the life of my choosing. And so I operated better, and life has been easier in the 20 years I've been in Texas. Does that make sense? Like when I go home sometimes, I feel trapped. You know, because I'm someone different than who I am when I'm here, because there are different needs that need to be met there than here. Does that make sense? But that's the deal. Like, my mom, I want to take care of her and spoil her and treat her to the best life that she can live. And get this, let me tell you about my mother, all right? Her D-I-S-C, she's a D-S. It's awful. Is that what you are? No. Oh, okay. It is awful. Tracy Giese at corporate, she's a DS. She used to work for me. I would have wine when I went home from work every day. DS, so she's constantly in conflict with herself, right? Sorry, DSs out there in the world. You know, they battle. They have an internal struggle constantly going on. DS, right? Her love language is quality time. Her, it's not bad. It's just what it is. Her Myers-Briggs, she's an introvert and a feeler, right? And so, and then her number one need is safety and security. So because I know all of these things about my mother, I know exactly how to help her have a great experience every time I'm in her space. So giving her the car was not for her about a newer car or any, you know, the bells and whistles. It was about, this is a safe car. Her car is not safe, the old one. It was breaking down, it wasn't good. So for her, what this car represents is not what, for a lot of people, the car would represent. It represents to her, I have a safe vehicle that I can drive. That's all. It's so funny, she goes, now, the sticker on the car says 8-4, right? Because my registration and all that needs to be done here in August, right? So I asked her, I said, before I sent the car, I said, Mom, do you want me to do the registration, right? And she goes, no, I'll take care of all that. I said, okay, because I can just send you the sticker and all that. She said, no, I'll take care of all that. No, don't you worry. So I didn't do it, and now, so I called her, and she's like, well, the sticker says 8-4, so I haven't been drinking the car for days, because it's the 7th. I was like, well, the 4 is not the 4th day of August. The 4 is for August 2014. Oh, okay. So then I called her yesterday as I was driving down there. All right. She goes, well, I've been driving my old car. I was like, yeah, your brother said I still need to like drive it every now and then. And the reality is, until I mail her the title and she can get that sticker changed, she's concerned that she might be driving a car that's not supposed to be driven. You know, I explained to her, she has a whole month of August to get this. But like,